Hey Eagle fans, I'm Thomas Mont. Welcome to Philadelphia Eagles Now mailbag video coming up on Thursday or maybe Friday this week. Later on this week, either one. We want to get your mailbag questions in today, though, the way we have time to sift through them all. So go down below. You know the drill. Hashtag Eagles. Ask any question you want. It is Dallas Hate Week, so maybe a Dallas-related question, maybe not. Give me yours down below right now in the comment section. Today's video is brought to you guys by our sponsors, BetQL, and the #1 app to compare betting odds that you need to jump in on right now in order to get advantage over your sportsbook. Chatsports.com/EaglesQL/. Use discount code ChatEagles for 25% off any of their subscription offerings. All of the description on this and how to jump in on the offer is down below in the description box. Okay, week 2 officially is over. Philadelphia is 1-1. We, of course, broke down my initial thoughts in a video yesterday after the loss to the 49ers. And now I want to jump into the online Twitter overreactions because, yes, every single week, whether the Eagles win or lose, there are plenty of overreactions. I keep track of them in my little bookmark page of Twitter, and then I go through and break down whether it's an actual overreaction or it's not an overreaction and it's actually correct. So we did this last week. It's a lot of fun. Let's jump in to the #1 overreaction I saw on Twitter. Guess what? You lose one game, and this is what you get. The Eagles are a bad football team. We knew it all along, right? Atlanta was actually terrible, and so therefore the win last week was just a fluke, and now they lose this, and now they lose Sunday to the 49ers. Eagles are a bad football team. Complete overreaction. Like, if you actually watch the football game, you actually understand football, you will know Philadelphia not only dominated that football game, they were the better football team, and the San Francisco 49ers are still a good football team nonetheless. Yes, there were plenty of things that went wrong, and Philadelphia, in the end, did deserve to lose because they were unable to move the football in the second half. They had plenty of turnover chances, didn't create any. They had red zone opportunities. They had bad fourth down calls. They had bad just drives in general. I mean, there was a lot going on with Philadelphia, but I'm not going to sit back and say the Eagles are a bad football team. I think even if the Philadelphia Eagles lose to Dallas on Monday night, they still aren't a bad football team. This is a very dominant defense. The defense is playing very, very well, and the offense at times is really able to move the football. Jalen Hurts is the second highest graded quarterback through the first 2 weeks, according to Pro Football Focus, behind Tom Brady. Like, the Eagles are playing well. They're a good football team. They're just, one, young, and two, have a young quarterback and a young head coach, and they need to figure things out and start playing a little bit better. But the Eagles are not a bad football team. To me, an absolute complete overreaction by a lot of Eagle fans that I saw on Twitter. I know, listen, we're 1-1, so go down below, pin comment, answer this question, your confidence level in the 1-1 Philadelphia Eagles on a scale of 1 to 10. Are you thinking the Eagles are bad? Are you at like a 4 or a 5? I'm sitting at a 7 or an 8. I'm still confident this is a 10-win football team, and if they can beat Dallas on Sunday, then we'll all go back to thinking they're going to be confident. It's not just me. Give me your thoughts, though, down below with the pin comment. Okay, the next overreaction I saw on Twitter that could be true, could not be true, that the defense needs to start making plays. This is not an overreaction. The film study shows that Philadelphia is missing out on opportunities to get the football back. They are one of currently 7 teams in the National Football League without a turnover. Like, they have 0 turnovers, and they're one of 2 teams who don't have an interception. I mean, it's Philadelphia and Indy. Look, these are bad football teams. The Eagles, the Jets, the Jaguars, the Lions, all of which have no turnover so far through the first 2 weeks. Then there are a couple of better teams. San Francisco didn't have one yet. The Seahawks, and of course the Steelers. I said teams without interception, the teams without a turnover in general, but teams without interception, the 7 of which you just saw right there. The Eagle defense is playing well. Like, they are playing very, very well through the first 2 weeks, but they need a turnover. They need a strip sack. They had 2 pick-6 opportunities. One very specifically, if I remember right, was Steven Nelson on the right side, where Jimmy Garoppolo threw back to his left side. It was underthrown, and Nelson could have picked it off and returned to the end zone. It's been a problem for the Eagles ever since 2017. In 2017, the Super Bowl year, they had a bunch of turnovers, and ever since, they've been really unable to create any sort of extra plays. I mean, one big turnover in that game on Sunday, and Philadelphia gets the ball back and might even go ahead and win the game. And so I don't think it's an overreaction. I think the Eagles definitely need to step up and start making some plays. I'm looking at guys like Darius Slay. I mean, Darius Slay was signed to be an interception machine. That's what he was with the Lions. He's played really well this year. I mean, he's been really good right away where he was last year, but Philadelphia needs him to start getting some interceptions. They need to start, hopefully, with a couple of interceptions of Dak Prescott coming up here on Monday night. Now, before we go into my number 3 Week 2 overreaction, quick shout out to our friends at BetQL. And listen, here's the deal with BetQL. Their best bet computer model scans over 350,000 unique bets every single year to give you their best bet recommendations. So whenever you sign up using our link, chatsports.com/EaglesQL/, get started. Use the discount code ChatEagles at payment. Get 25% off their subscription offerings. Then you get access to the app, to the website, and it'll show you what their bets of the week are. And they rate them 5-star bets versus 4-star bets, 3-star bets, 2-star bets, and they help you, by giving you all the information, make your bets and hopefully win some money this year, as a lot of people, obviously, every year win a bunch of money betting all over the place for the National Football League. So get ahead of your sportsbook. Get the inside scoop with our friends at BetQL. All this info is down below in the description box of this video. Okay, number 3. I saw a lot of people dogging on Devonta Smith because Devonta Smith was great in week 1, and he did basically nothing in week 2, despite the fact that, of course, they were playing against the number 2s and, 50-year-old Josh Norman. And even though Josh Norman played pretty well, but Smith came back down to earth a little bit. And this, to me, it's an overreaction to start dogging on Smith and saying he's average, but it's not an overreaction to say that he did not play very well on Sunday. And I think the credit goes to the 49ers as a whole versus Devonta Smith actually being bad. You got to think back to the Devonta Smith, what would have been touchdown pass that Jalen Hurts, the one bad throw of the day, he underthrew Smith on a deep ball in that play-action rollout. That was a great move and a great route by Devonta Smith, and he could have scored, but it was a little bit underthrown. A couple of missed catches, I'll give him that, but I think as a whole, it was not necessarily the Eagle receivers playing poorly, it was the 49ers scheming very, very well. Goddard was your second-best receiver. Take away 91 yards from Quez Watkins, and no one had over 30. It was a brutal day out there on the outside. Philadelphia needs to get Goddard more involved. They've got to get Zach Ertz more involved because he's done basically nothing, and yes, Devonta Smith needs to show us a little bit more. But I'm not going to panic and say that Smith is, not as good as we thought he was because he was playing the Falcon defense. That's such a recurring theme. It's like, oh, the Falcon defense was terrible, therefore the Eagles looked a lot better than they were. No, the Niner defense is really, really good, and the secondary played way better than they should have, and so credit needs to be given where credit is due. As I mentioned earlier, a mailbag video is coming up later on this week, so go down below and subscribe to the channel. Just use the hashtag Eagles as well. That way you get your question down below. But we have plenty of great videos upcoming as we get ready for the Dallas Cowboys. This is going to be a crazy, crazy, crazy Monday night. I can't wait. I hope you guys will be watching. We'll break down hopefully an Eagles win on Tuesday, so make sure you guys are subscribed. Number 4, overreaction. I saw Nick Sirianni's play calling is suspect. I'm unclear on this, okay? I know there were drives where his play calling was bad, but looking back at the film, there were also some really good drives where he had some really darn good play calls. And so I'm not going to immediately go that, oh, well, Nick Sirianni was really great this week and really bad this week. He had some bad moments. But I hope, and again, the takeaway is, especially for a young football team, is that Sirianni learns from his mistakes. The red zone play calling was atrocious, but some of the earlier play calling was a lot better. And so if he can get better in the red zone, in the money zone, and actually score, then hopefully he learns from his mistakes and Philadelphia starts playing a lot better. But I'm unclear on this because, again, the Eagle drives weren't bad. They had a 6-play punt, then they had the field goal in 11 plays, then they had the block field goal on 10 plays, then they had the turnover on downs in the red zone, and so that's a 10-play drive, an 11-play drive, an 8-play drive. They're able to move the football. The second half was iffy. You had a 3rd down and short there in the opening drive of the second half, unable to convert. That was disappointing. Then the 11-play drive, you eventually had to punt due to penalties, then the 5-play drive for the punt, and then the 5-play drive for the touchdown. So it's not like they're unable to move the football. The drives are being extended. We just need to see them actually get in the end zone, and hopefully that's something they can learn from and throw up against the Cowboys on Monday night. Quick shout out to BetMGM, of course, another sponsor for us today, and their ability to give you essentially a free year of BetQL by signing up, creating an account at chatsports.com/EaglesMGM/. Get to make this your one-stop shop for all of your betting needs. Deposit $10 into your betting account, bet that $10, and you'll receive the free year of BetQL we talked about earlier on in this video within 24 hours of your wager. So essentially, you're getting a free year of the Bets computer, and while also going ahead and getting started with the BetMGM account where you can get and hopefully win a lot of money betting on the Eagles or betting on other teams around the National Football League. All right, final overreaction, and this one has been all over Twitter. Goodness gracious. Dallas is way better than Philadelphia. I've seen a lot of people say the Cowboys are going to roll the Eagles on Monday Night Football. To me, it's a complete overreaction, and it's more due to the fact that the Cowboys did win on Sunday. The Cowboys had missed that field goal and lost in overtime to the Chargers, it would have been a completely different narrative today. But because they won and Dak Prescott led a game-winning drive and they had some turnovers and they beat Justin Herbert, people are starting to freak out that Dallas might actually be good, whereas Dallas only scored 17 points. Well, 20 points, and then the field goal. I think Dallas still has plenty of issues. Dak Prescott was very careless with the football on Sunday, and that defense, even though they played well at times, is still very much a weakness in the football team. And Tony Pollard playing better than Zeke. I think the Eagles match up very well with Dallas. The Eagles have better cornerbacks in terms of guarding all those wide receivers. They can go ahead and hopefully expose the Dallas offensive line. The Eagles offensive line should be able to slow down the Dallas defensive line. I'm not necessarily freaking out about the Cowboy matchup. I'm not saying the Eagles are going to roll. I think it's going to be a close game and a tough game and a hard-fought game, and Philadelphia might lose. But the idea that Dallas, I think on ESPN today, I saw 57% chance to win the NFC East. They're already crowning the Cowboys as the East champs is ridiculous because Philadelphia looked really good and almost beat the 49ers, and the Chargers looked iffy. Dallas looked decent and still almost lost. And so I'm not going to freak out. I'm not going to worry about it right now. But as we currently look at the betting odds, Dallas is 4-point favorites. And so you can see the national media loves Dallas. If Philly goes in and gets a win, then that'll go a long way in helping my cause for saying the Eagles are better than the Cowboys this year. But of course, that's just my opinion. But you watch the videos for my opinion. Therefore, that's why I give it to you. All right, ultimate of our day on our week 2 overreactions. We'll do this every single week here on the channel, basically every single Tuesday, probably Wednesday of next week because of Monday Night Football. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel as we continue to roll through a week and keep you up to date on the latest Philadelphia Eagles news and rumors. Ultimate of our day here on our Philadelphia Eagles Now week 2 overreaction video. I'm your host, Thomas Mott, as we go ahead and sign off. Stay safe out there for the rest of your day.